Hello, everybody, and welcome to the table. We're welcoming everyone one at a time as they show up
We're all here
in
now.
this introductory way. We are here for session 15 of Not Out of the Light. That was like 4 years ago. I was about to say that.
Umberdean? No? Oh.
Of whatever this campaign is called. You're watching it. You clicked on the video. Maybe.
Tell us in the chat
You are all...
what this is called, if you know.
You are all underground. In the tunnels below Grunion Run. With a cup of coffee in front of each of you. Fausta Fetter, this Aarakocra with this big long beak and this almost rocky black cracked head, sits at the side, stirring the sand he used. Coffee. And a couple other people are around there. You have your little halfling gold tooth thief friend there.
Fucker.
Flagrant mouth tusk sits there. Just the same scene that was described before. What are you doing?
I look at my hands. How many fingers on each hand?
You have 10 hands. 10
10
fingers. 10 digits.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Is that what fawns have? I'm guessing they... I don't know. That sounds right.
Yeah.
They have front hooves, too.
The
You
better
can
to
look.
punch you with. Huh? I'm having... What do you call that in... I think it's Elfish. Deja vu? When you feel like you've already been here.
Have we already been here, Matt?
Is there a coffee cup in front of both Rhea and Mina?
Yes. Yeah, right on the table.
Because I thought last time, Rhea, you didn't take one. And Mina, have you drunk yours?
I kind of want to try it, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It smells really good.
This is not how it happened.
Can I, Matt, quickly under the table? I don't want Fausta to see me cast this.
Yeah.
But I will make the somatic components, and I will not do it as a ritual. I'll burn the spell slot. I'm gonna cast detect poison and disease.
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah, they're one of the guys sitting at the table.
I don't want to know what Flagrant has.
Yeah, sitting at the table with Flagrant. Not him, but one of the other guys definitely has a pretty gnarly cold. Other than that, no disease or poison around.
I think Mina will glance around furtively, and in that moment, just decide to. She takes a sip of the coffee. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you kind of like you make a. I don't know what a black hot coffee for the first time in your life face is, but probably I don't know.
Ass. I can tell you that much.
Reactive.
This bean juice is so good.
Oh, you like it?
Pumpkin feeling adventurous.
Yeah, I really
today.
like it.
It's potent.
I think I start to like, her pupils start to like. Yeah, this is really good. I definitely could drink like more of this, I think.
Right.
Kier comes over to your table as the man he was talking to leaves, and he says, "So, I didn't know you all partook."
Well, we didn't know you did until recently.
You've known me long enough. I partake in just about anything I can get.
Fair enough.
Odd little coffee hole down here. How long has it been around?
Oh, the tunnels, they've been around way longer than I have, that's for sure. Just until recently they've been filled with shit water. Emptying them out. So, now they're usable again. Oh no, back in the day, we'd have quite a bit of fun down here. Although, it wasn't coffee in the cups.
Here, do you know what happened to Mugen?
Who?
To
I don't
Mugen?
rightfully know what the hell you're talking about last, sorry.
The cow, that you made me pay a tax for. Her name is Mugen. I don't know where
Oh.
she is.
Oh, I think your mother took her to the new farm with her man friend. That's my understanding anyway. She sold off the house, but I think she kept livestock.
Oh, okay.
Don't you worry, lass. I'm sure they're well taken care of.
Anything weird or like bizarre, uncanny around?
No.
Okay.
I try to push my finger through my palm.
You don't? I don't know. Yeah. No, that doesn't work. You your finger goes towards your palm and you push, and he goes, "Oh, you're all acting weird. I'm gonna leave now. Good day to you."
What'd you come over for, Kier?
I was on my way out. Just wanted to say howdy.
My boba's here. I'll be right back.
How's things going since
Season 2 is the
blew up.
Boba invasion.
Oh shit. Yes, new drug. Kier, how's it been going since they blew a hole through your boss?
Through the old boss.
Is there a new one?
Why don't you ask her about it? And he points at Riowin, and then he leaves.
Okay, well, that's new.
Riowin does not immediately react to that.
Folk, will you, would you tell me something about your brother?
Sure, if I know. I mean, I don't have much contact with him.
I never had a sibling. I never had a brother or a sister, so I kind of was wondering what it was like, and I know Rhea doesn't either, so I didn't know.
Well, he was around maybe less than 2 when I kind of split for good. He's a good bit younger than me. He's like 14 years younger, I think. 15. 13.
Sorry, I zoned out. Who are we talking about?
Mina's asking about my brother.
Right.
So he was just kind of a crying, weeping little thing. Stomping around, clip-clop,
Do you
tripping
ever,
all over everything and himself.
do you ever think you'd want to see him, be part of his life?
I think he's on a path where I don't have anything to benefit him with. As far as I hear, he's a pretty studious one, learning about history, arbitration. You know, the proper son my parents wanted.
Vogue, you turn around very slightly because you feel something above your back, and there's something looming over you. And stooping over your back is Fausta, and he said, I hope... Wait a minute, I gotta get the accent right. I hope you're finding everything to your liking.
Would
Would you like another cup? Another cuppa?
I've heard that you can put moo milk in it.
I wouldn't sully the coffee with the moo milk.
But have you tried moo milk? It's really good. Like fresh moo milk.
I have had fresh moo milk. I would not combine it with other beverages. In my younger days, I tried it with apple juice and it did not go well. I was an experimental child.
Aren't we all?
I don't know.
I think Eric Coker were into dairy products.
Not so much. It ran through me like a raging river.
We call that lactose intolerance.
I will
Maybe
remember
you do.
this term.
I do. You're right. I invented that. Fucking, how do you say it? Copyright it.
Speaking of, I must go poop now. And Fausto leaves. He walks like away, the opposite direction of the way Kier went.
What an odd guy. Just snuck up on us.
You think he's really gonna go take a shit?
I don't want to think about it.
I'm just
Everybody poops, so.
okay. Maybe he is just going to take a shit, or maybe he's gonna have the most important meeting of his life, but we shall never know because you guys think he's only going to take a shit, so we're not gonna follow him.
Alright, we can follow him, but first you gotta tell us what the hell Kier was just talking about.
Hey, hold on, I'll use some.
Oh,
My mother has. Just fluttering behind Fausta as my eyes roll in the back of my head.
Okay.
There she goes.
I'm still sipping the coffee though. Like I'm still like.
Yeah, your moth familiar flies out after Fausta.
What was Kier talking about?
well, I asked him how things are going since they blew a hole through Shanzi, and he said, "What you mean, the old boss?" And I was like, "What do you mean, the old boss?" And he was like, "Well, yeah, the new boss." And I said, "Who's the new boss?" And Kier said, "It's you."
That happened for the
Yeah.
2 minutes I was gone.
Yeah,
A second after you left. Literally a second after you left.
you were like really spaced out for some reason. I don't know.
You know, Vogue, I don't like talking about this with you. You know.
Yeah, but that's different. Before, you weren't the boss. You had proposed it, but they rejected it,
I never.
and now you're the boss.
Matt, am I the boss?
There's like a creaking, groaning sound as Flagrant mouth tusks use the table that he's next to get up. Just doesn't seem to have a lot of ease getting up, especially from the ground. And he does his little like hip hurt walk over to you, stooped over as he is, and he says, "So sorry, I didn't realize." And he gets on one knee, and he grabs Rhaeren's hand. He says, "Dawn," and then kisses your hand.
You may go now.
Of course.
Did he say Dawn?
It's a new dawn. I'm making shit up now. I don't know, Matt.
Riowen.
Yes. I'm a mafia bitch now. Boss ass bitch.
Riowen, the party is in full flight.
Oh.
As the sky is dark, but the Yule log, or I'm sorry, wait a minute. In this context, it would not be a Yule log. The Night of Silent Dark log.
That's a mouthful.
Last night.
Yeah, it burns brightly. This huge, almost full fallen tree that burns as everyone else around, having mostly finished eating, although some still snack, even though they are rather gorged, but drinking aplenty. Every once in a while, someone plays a song, plays some music. There are frequent cheers for your Tabaxi companion. Tabaxi, that's what they're called in this. I was confused them with the Skyrim thing. Okay, if I can't remember what the Skyrim thing is called, don't tell me, because I'll confuse it again.
I want to do Tabaxi it is.
Miss Chanson, is she, every once in a while will sing a little ditty, but then goes right back to drinking and mingling with the others. And she seems to be flitting pretty easily from inside to outside the longhouse. You right now are outside, as Love, having thrown up quite a bit, is now clean and just laying on the ground in a ball. It's just, leave me alone!
And so I shall.
and starts to snore.
All right. Sweet dreams, darling.
Oh, what do you do?
Who's around? Who am I?
Make a perception check.
Perception.
First roll.
check. First roll of the day. Okay.
12.
Okay. Well, 12.
I mean, there's a lot of people here, right? And they're moving around, they're doing their thing, and you do notice Ridala, the Viscountess, standing by the door of the longhouse. And as you kind of like notice her, and then you look around some more, and you notice, and every time your eye passes over where she is, you notice she is looking in your direction. In fact, she's looking at you.
That's great because I want to talk to her.
Okay.
So I walk up to Ridala.
Are you having fun this evening?
And great fun, matter of fact. However, I was wondering if you had some free time to spare for me.
Luckily, this is an evening where I have nothing but free time. Shall we step inside?
By all means.
She does. She steps in and actually moves over. She actually brings you like through the longhouse and through people, but goes over to where the kitchens are, where they lay the coals still burning very slightly. But I mean, all the food is cooked and out, so there's not really anyone around here as the music gets a little bit lower from where you are. And she says, "What can I help you with?"
I was hoping you could tell me tales of your homeland.
Oh, yes, my homeworld. My homeland. Of course, I can tell you about my homeland. It is up high in the mountains, surrounded by snowy peaks. The weather is always a balmy 70 degrees and lots of things. I'm from here. What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
I'm a noble woman of the Eve's Law. I'm definitely from the Eve's Law.
Apologies, I'm uneducated on the matter.
No, I understand. Something about our little nuclear culture in the center of this place keeps our accent a little bit different. So,
I was
yes.
curious because your people strike me as the conqueror type.
Conqueror? Not so much, really.
No?
No, I mean, certainly they don't conquer very much. They might pirate quite a bit on the open seas. They're good ship builders. People from my ancestral land. Not that I've ever seen a terribly large body of water, but no, they don't conquer very much. They're pretty much stationed everywhere they're from. Actually, Obsession could tell you more about them than I could. I've never visited.
What kind of adventures have you gone up to? Have you always stayed in the Eve's Law?
I have. I mean, not that haven't occasionally gone out to the rest of Parsa, but I have been in Parsa my whole life.
You never left?
Not many of us do. You know, a month-long journey through frozen tundra on a slick, icy path of death is not really anyone's idea of, like, a vacation.
It's not, you're right. So, you know, I've actually heard rumors recently of weird creatures roaming the undergrounds of Parsa. Heard anything about that?
I'm going to roll a d20.
Aw, fuck's sake! Now's not the time, Ridala!
The undergrounds of Parsa?
Do you not know?
I hear the gnomes make their homes like in the side of hills down in the Wild Wonders, but
No.
other than that, I wouldn't know.
I'm talking about the shit tunnels that they've emptied recently.
Shit tunnels?
You
Like a
don't know
trench?
about
Like a,
those?
Eve's Law has shit tunnels?
No, it's further up. If I'm not mistaken.
Like, oh, where you're from, the farmlands.
Yeah.
Fertilizer? I guess? I don't really know about that.
So you've never encountered any creature that would strike you out of the ordinary?
How much have you had to drink? I mean, I saw love and I assumed you were the sober one this evening. Your line of questioning doesn't seem to make much sense. Where do you spend most of your time? Do you usually stay in the farmlands, or do you field further abroad?
I roam, probably a bit more than you do. But the farmlands are my home.
That is what I assumed. You seem like one who gets around bits. I don't mean anything by that. I'm sorry, I've had a bit to drink myself. What I'm saying is, not many people travel as regularly even to the Eve's Law than as you and your companions have. I assumed you knew your way around.
Well, the farmlands, as its name says, is made up of farms. It gets boring. And you guys are a lively bunch, for sure.
I wonder, do you often find your way into the central city? Not terribly far from where we are, but...
I go there from time to time. Perhaps I can help you with something.
If you're offering, You know, I do have something I need to pass along to someone there in the central city.
I'm hearing you out.
Would you be willing to deliver a package to the palace for me?
The palace of all places.
Yes.
I'd be honored to try for you. However, you might have noticed that I look a bit peculiar compared to the ton.
I don't see why that would matter.
Well, the palace is for a specific crowd, which I
The palace is a public building that has thousands of people moving through it every day.
And so I shall try to be part of those thousands.
Yes, it should not be a difficult thing. The hardest part of going to the palace is finding a specific little bureaucrat that you're trying to talk to.
Tell me about that.
I can have the instructions written down for you. You'll be traveling with something simple, a simple little box that has some information in it. Pass along.
I assume I am to not open the box.
It will be locked.
Well, a lock is only a lock.
Yes, that is why I'm asking someone big and strong to carry it, so that others don't come and try to take it and open it.
Instructions clear.
More clear than I usually have to make them. I do appreciate you all offering to help me.
Well, it's important to have connections, is it not? You know, Radala, we seem to come from two very different worlds. And so if ever I can offer help, products, you know where to find me.
Product?
Again, we come from two different places. Perhaps you're missing something here that I might have in farmland.
What is it that you think I could be missing here?
That is for you to tell me, Radala.
I'm missing a drink. I'd better go and get one. It was lovely speaking with you, Riowin.
Did she give me the box?
No, she said she would get it. She would get it to you. She have instructions written.
Okay, perfect.
No, she didn't have it on her.
Cool.
But she pats you, kind of gives you a little pat on the arm, little condescending maybe, you know,
Okay.
And walks on to get herself a drink.
The palace, oh.
You remember, session 1, you did see the palace. It's that big, huge, building that has like statues and things around the outside, but there are just hundreds of people going in and out all the time. The palace here is think of like a city hall on crack, right? Like it's
Okay.
big, it's open, it's a main place of commerce. Yeah, there's a lot of people going in and out all the time.
Cool.
The Polypore family office is in there as well. I think we said that.
Among many other things, yes, they are.
All right. Is it still my turn?
Let me see. The three of you lift up the latch from these underground tunnels and come up north on the side of a hill, right? Like on the wooden hatch. There's been like sod and grass growing, and you open it up and you come out from the side of the hill, seeing before you a farmhouse and a stone well. You all climb out in this, again, beautiful day, stepping out onto the grass, closing that latch behind you, and what do you do?
Hey, has the Goblin War happened yet?
Has
Or is
it,
that
Matt?
tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Goblin War?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you quite alright, Vogue? You've been acting so weird.
Well, guys, I think this is Gaberfin's farm, actually.
Your friend, right?
Should we pay him a visit? That'd be new.
Sure, I mean, we don't have any other plans, do we?
Well, other than the war, but that can wait.
The war. Should I be worried? Have you been instigated? Fuck.
Not
Have you
me.
Instigated something.
I don't think so.
Instigated.
sure.
I got it.
Oh no, it wasn't my fault. Dude, should I tell you guys or?
Well, now you should most definitely tell us, yes.
Right, but it's gonna sound so self-centered and conceited, and you won't believe me either. Just like with the
Go ahead.
words.
I hog the attention all the time. It's your turn to have some attention. Be conceited. Be selfish.
All right, well, this isn't real. You aren't. You're dream figments. This isn't happening. This already happened. I was really expecting something more exotic than this.
Look, you're scaring me. Please don't talk like that.
Oh, see. They've not programmed, but they've positioned you to react that way, because it would be how Mina would react.
But I am.
Well, you think you are. But
I take an arrow out of the arrow holder that I have in
Quiver.
the back.
Yeah.
And I kind of like turn it and like hold it like a knife, and I put it to my hand, and I kind of like push it in just a little bit until blood starts dripping out.
what's that meant to prove?
Looks, and I assure you, feels very real right now.
Let me see that.
Please, by all
Nope.
means.
Not that, the arrow. I'll take the arrow and I'll do the same. Does it prick?
What did you just call me? Yeah, I think it does. I think take a point of damage. I don't know. Yeah, you cut in your hand. Sure, take a point of damage. Slashing damage. Sure.
This doesn't usually hurt. Hello? That voice from before, you there?
Vogue,
Let's do a different one.
Vogue, my favorite little lamb chop. Can we please have a discussion? And I kind of like stir him slightly farther from Mina, like not too far, but just a little bit. How long has it been since your last hit?
I'm under right now. I'm from the future. Don't laugh, it's true.
My apologies.
Just
dearest.
pointless.
Okay, I'm hearing you out. You are from the future. What happens in the future? Please tell me.
The Goblin War, and you almost died again because there's a giant eel in the goddamn lake, and then we steal Willie's boat, and it's full of drugs.
Oh, interesting. Now that's a business opportunity if I've ever seen one.
Right, but it's not. It already happened, so it's not interesting.
The door to the farmhouse opens, and someone steps out. Now, this is where I ask Mike. Mike, did you somehow see my notes, or do you just know me so well that you guessed whose farm this is?
Last time we were here, Matt, I remember that none of us knew whose farm it was.
None of you knew.
I just was like, in that moment, I was like,
Couldn't figure it out.
Man. He's in the wind. And I was like, who's the name that I know? I could roll for me to actually know that, or for me to just guessing. I don't know. Like,
Geburfin definitely steps out of. This was definitely the whole time the only named but unfound characters. Perfect. Is Geburfin, and this hobgoblin, red-skinned, pretty bald, fairly broad guy. Looks out and he says, what are you doing?
Did you say hobgoblin?
Yeah, hobgoblin. Yeah, red skin, medium size, got kind of like long,
Yeah.
hi, Geburfin.
pointy-ish ears.
It's Mina. Remember that year, when you won with your prize, Rutabaga?
Rudebega. I slightly remember. Did you all just come out of the hole in my hill?
No.
What? No.
Yes.
I use my back hoof to like close the door if I can.
God, it really was not hoping that. Why am I in the same accent? He's supposed to have a Russian accent. Do a Russian accent for me to accustom my ears. Help me out here.
Hello, my name is Geburfin.
Hello, my name is. Okay, mine's gonna be worse. Everybody,
I will say this: the Norse accent is a killer. It just infects everything. It just feeds into everything.
Yeah. Did I do an entire Viking campaign? So now I can't do any. Yes. Vodka, Moscow, other stereotypical things. Murdering political rivals. Okay, I've got it now. I'm gonna have to, like, fill in that hole or something. This is terrible.
Don't worry. Now I'm doing it. Don't worry about the hole. It's fine. Trust me.
Yeah, no,
What?
you should leave it there. The
It'll come in
ecosystem
handy.
profits from it and whatnot.
The soil is aerated. It's
Yeah.
good for the crops.
Yeah. We
Look.
know, we live on the farmlands too.
Come in here, please, the three of you.
Oh, Lord, last time I went into your...
What do you mean
Hey,
last time?
now listen, guys. Before we go in, you need to know something. His nickname is Burfman, but he hates it, so don't call him that.
Why would you tell us that?
So you know
I'm
not
gonna
to
call
call
him
him that. If you call him that, he'll become enraged and he'll kick us out of his house.
But now I really want to...
Whatever you do, don't call him Burfman.
We're gonna. Okay, we won't.
Sure, I won't.
You're inviting us in, Geburfin?
Quickly, please.
Okay.
I must speak with you all.
I hurry towards Griffin.
Yeah, I follow. How does this guy have to say to us?
Actually, before I go, Matt, can I have Timothy? Which, by the way, guys, let me know. I named this one Timothy Chalamet last year, and he's had a great. Timothy has had a great year.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. The man is doing well.
What a piece.
I'm gonna have him wait inside the lip of the well to be like a sentry out here if I need it.
Sure. Makes sense. As you walk into this very quaint, typical kind of, one-person farmhouse. Geburfin does not have a family. There's like a small kitchen table. He says, "Please, would you all have a seat? I do have the 3 stools for you."
Yes, of course.
What, you're gonna stand?
Yes, I must get something. Please, sit.
Okay, I sit, but I keep an eye on what Dream Geburfin's doing.
Geburfin goes and he starts rummaging through this these drawers next to his bed. Where is this thing? I must. Give me just a moment. Please pour yourself some tea. And there was a pot of tea with 3 teacups sitting on the table.
Pour for everyone with the yeah.
Thank you, Pumpkin.
I'll smell the tea. Do I recognize what this is?
Yeah, it's herbal. It's fairly earthy. Definitely some ginger in it.
I'm not drinking.
As Mina and Riowin sip on their tea, Geberfin comes back. Here it is. All right. And he comes and he kneels down by the table, like on one knee, elbow on it, and he uses his other hand and he slips over his head this mask.
Oh,
That is this white porcelain-looking mask with this big, like, horn of plenty, this cornucopia coming down one end and spilling fruits, vegetables out the other side. And he says, "You are needed to help protect the city. It is terribly important that you listen very."
all right. Now it's getting somewhere.
This feels like a cult enlisting.
It is something like that, I guess. The cult was like the official government of this place.
Okay.
So you just revealed to us that you're one of the Mahanaten. I don't think it's supposed to work like that.
Dire times call for dire measures, of course.
Which one are you?
Plenty. Look at the cornucopia.
Hey, but
Oh wait, you haven't heard that yet. You don't know anything about them. Yeah, plenty.
But Geberfin, do you?
Yes, that is me, Geberfin.
I thought they were human. They're humans.
Humans. Do you think that humans could run this whole place on their own?
No.
Of course not. Maybe originally they were all human, but now things have changed. Look. We have to protect the skies. It is terribly important.
From what?
The incursion is coming. And it is originating here in the farmlands. They are becoming almost too powerful to stop.
Who? Are you talking about the Romo?
What? No, they're not the problem. It is the Arakokra.
What's
will
wrong with them?
They will infest the skies, of course. Our skies that have been pure and good and allow us to grow our crops, they're going to infest it.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
What would you know? Do you have a fancy mask?
You think your fancy mask gives you all-powerful knowledge?
No, I think the knowledge that I gained both in order to get the mask and then thereupon receiving it from the other Mahanaten has given me more knowledge than you have, little girl who thinks she's a goblin.
One day I'll get a fancy mask too, and then we'll see who's laughing.
Can I peer very
Perhaps.
closely at the mask and try to see if it... I know I didn't get the best look of the one on the star-faced guy, but is it as impressive looking as that one was?
Oh, it is absolutely. There's more white space to it because it's instead of being like like a scene of a night sky with stars painted, it's just a white mask, but with this like very detailed picture of a cornucopia on it. It's a very good Thanksgiving mask.
Okay.
So what is it that you want us to do to help?
We must burn the grove.
That does not
See,
sound like
I
fun.
feel like that'd be the business of the Manhattan of the sky, or maybe the stars. Even perhaps maybe realms, but why...
I don't think you understand how this works. I'm just the closest one to the grove. So it has... We cannot marshal a force quickly enough
Right.
before they infest the skies.
It's just that
You-
you're asking me to kill an entire civilization.
Our Are you in?
No.
What do you mean infest?
Are you in?
Just tell me what you mean by infest.
And I think the trees are beautiful, and I don't want to burn them down.
No, see, that's the wrong answer because you're already in.
I don't like where this is going.
Alright, we're in. Let's go check the grove out and see about this infestation.
Mina, you hold Vogue's body in the bubble that you had created to keep him safe while he convulses and his mouth foams. What do you do?
God, I will immediately flick my wrist, and I'll take out the vial of awakening. I'll uncork it, and I'll cradle his head so he doesn't choke, like to provide enough air passage, and then I'll pour the awakening into his mouth. Slowly, as a trickle.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, Vogue, at disadvantage.
Oh my fucking god. 3 and 3.
A lot of it he just like coughs up. Some of it though appears to go down, and it doesn't seem to have any effect.
Oh no.
Anyway, it's not that I said it won't, but
I think panicking, Mina will frantically search Vogue's body for more awakening.
You find it.
Yeah, I think you have beans, right? You don't have any
I
like
have
brewed
beans.
coffee, but you definitely have awakening berries.
As I will pull them out. I'll take out from my alchemist kit my mortar and pestle, and I'll start to grind them. Like I start to smash them up as quickly as I can.
Yeah, are you emergency brewing coffee right now?
That's-
I am emergency brewing. Hey, there's one ritual I know how to do, man. IRL, it's this.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you start grinding down, muddling these awakening berries in your mortar and pestle. Then what do you do?
I will, having only seen this done twice, I'll frantically think about what I can use. I'll take off a shoe and pull off one of my stockings, fill the ground awakening beans into the stocking, and pull out a water, like my water like flask or whatever it is. I'll just start trying to. I'll stuff the stocking in Vogue's mouth, and I'll just start pouring the water through the ground beans into his throat.
Genius.
holy fuck, okay.
What do we roll here? Roll a medicine check. You're administering medicine.
I'm attempting to.
Yes.
And I think clearly Mina is very much panicking. Like I think she really believed this was going to work, and the fact that it hasn't is.
Oh,
20.
yes.
Okay, while that is happening, Riowin, you step back into the longhouse. What are you doing?
Into or outside of?
Into. You were kind of like where the cooking area is, so you step
right,
back
right.
in.
Well, I really want to share the news with my friends because we have a mission now, so I'm gonna try to find my friends.
Roll an investigation check.
Y'all better hope I roll below 5 again. 13.
Okay. Not terrible. You're looking around. You don't see them anywhere. But you do see Obsession. There again, that shirt off, just because she's been partying too long. Who can keep it on, really? This big horn. I mean, this thing has to be from like an rock. As she's grabbing this horn and drinking out of it. Just this ale just spilling down her front, her very hairy oxwoman front.
I go see the sexy old oxwoman.
What is it you're looking for?
Evening. I'm trying to look for my friends, Mina and Vogue. Perhaps you've seen them.
You talk so quickly.
Apologies. I am trying to find my friends, Vogue and Mina. Perhaps
Mina.
you have seen them.
I don't know. Does Obsession have a way to find you, Mina? She does not have a way to find you particularly, right? But she does have a way to communicate with you.
She does, yes. She has a definite way to
Definitely has a way to communicate. Yes.
once per day, yeah.
Yeah. She'll use it. Fuck it. It's almost the next day anyway, and
She's
she's
feeling
drunk.
generous. Let's go.
Yeah.
Little girl, and she says this looking at Riowin, but Mina hears it. Little girl, your friend is looking for you. You seem to not be around right now.
Oh,
I wonder what is it that you're currently doing.
I'm afraid I gave him dreaming. I'm behind a longhouse. I think he's hurt. Can you help?
Your friend also... You can't hear the rest of this, Mina. You're done now. Your friend also talks very quickly.
But you've understood what she said.
Yes.
What did she say? Take your time.
Your friends are behind the longhouse. Something about being hurt and hurrying.
Perhaps you'll come with me.
Roll the persuasion check.
All right,
Straight.
here we go. Vindication from.
What the fuck is going on with my balls?
No.
Oh my god.
Fine. Enjoy your evening.
I've done enough.
I go behind the longhouse.
Okay.
Oh,
You roll a perception check.
Oh, and now I roll
Yeah.
goods.
You notice even in the darkness that there is this like what looks like a green like a hill that goes into the landscape, but is just too perfect and round. And you know that it is some sort of magic.
I think I like start carefully walking towards it, and I call out for Mina because I'm seeing it's well, I'm guessing I can tell it's magic, obviously. Mina? Mina, is that you?
When I hear Ria's voice, I'll end the tiny hut spell so the dome falls away.
Sure. Yeah, you see Mina now with a kind of panicked looking face holding Vogue, who is foaming at the mouth and convulsing with a sock in his mouth as Mina waterboards him.
I think for like a few seconds, Ria Wen stands there like in total shock, and she like her jaw kind of falls, and suddenly like these, and I use a spell slot for this, these twitching doubles of her start like blinking in and out, and this is a mirror image basically, and like as she starts speed walking to you, I'll spend another spell slot on it. She misty steps to you guys, and right away she'll kneel towards Vogue. What'd you do? What did you do?
Ria, I'm sorry. I thought it was gonna be okay.
You told me you wouldn't. Oh God. Awakening. You tried awakening?
The three of you stand before the grove.
Yes.
Fully in armor, a battle happening around you. There are some villagers with pitchforks and knives, some goblins helping out. You see Auntie talk with her meat cleaver, swinging wildly towards the sky as these Aarakocra, again in armor that looks like it's so heavy they shouldn't be able to fly in it, swoop down, attacking with spears as they go. Vogue, what do you do?
I search the skies of attacking Aarakocra for Nyan.
Make a perception check. At advantage.
19.
Yeah, with a 19, you see him, but you actually don't see him flying. He is standing there, this, like, trident in hand, in this full, like, shining armor, standing on this tall tree bough looking down at you.
How much higher up is he than we are?
He's at least 30 feet in the air.
And
a bit further away. He's at a bit of a distance.
You see him with the trident and the shining armor? We gotta talk to him. That's Nyan. He's important. And I'll start fighting my way forward.
Yeah. In your fighting your way forward, again, getting swooped down at as you go. Mina and Riowin break off from you a little bit in their own fights. At one point, you see, as you're fighting and trying to get them close to you, the battle is happening as some Aarakocra land on the ground and start a melee. You notice Mina just point out, and a moth flies towards a flying Aarakocra, and in mid-flight enlarges and latches onto the Aarakocra, and brings it down to the ground as Mina jumps on it and starts stabbing.
Holy what?
You see Riowin just spin and open her mouth and breathe fire, engulfing an Aarakocra as it goes and flutters and flies into a tree, falling to the ground in cinders. You continue to fight your way forward, Nyan staring down at you as you come.
As I approach, I will shout to him, Nyan! We need to talk! Come down here!
He shouts to you, but the battle is far too much for you to hear his voice.
I will close my eyes for a second, concentrate, and look at him again, and I will establish a psychic connection with him.
Okay.
Which means that choose as an action, choose a creature you can see for a number of hours equal to a die rolled. Whatever, it doesn't matter. At least 1 hour. We can speak telepathically. We must be within 1 mile, and we must speak at least one language. So I think it should work.
I'll roll an Arcana check.
No, we're not great at those. 18.
Okay. What do you say?
Nyan, it's Vogue. Were you ever in a different place with a Romo, with a cockatoo, with a pelican, and with a flamingo Aarakocra?
Nyan's voice comes out as he stares down at you. And it says, the skies darken. Make a perception or a nature check.
Perception for sure.
Oh,
24, baby.
yeah.
All right. Beautiful. He throws out his arms and starts to glide towards you. And as he does, a shadow is cast from above the canopy in the same direction. And then you notice other shadows coming in from, behind you in either direction, as if there's 3 sources of shadow closing in exactly on where you are. And he comes down, and he's going to attack you.
What a rude...
Does 22 hit? Natural 16.
Yeah, it does.
You take 28 points of piercing damage as he comes down, and this trident pierces you in the chest. That middle point that's longer goes in. The other 2 just hook into your armor. Make a strength saving throw at disadvantage, please.
I will, right as the trident is hitting me, I will use Uncanny Dodge to twist my body slightly out of the way, taking only half of the damage. And then strength save, you said?
Please.
11.
A 4. It does, and it goes and it twists, but it still catches in your armor, and he continues on and lifts you into the sky at the end of his trident, flying upward towards these shadows.
Why are you doing this? Just answer me! I'll shout mentally.
And he looks right at you, and he says, I'll destroy you in the open blue. And you and you break through the top of the tree line. Him holding you first, your eyes down, seeing him, and the trees starting to burn. These trees where you know your friends are, as you're thrown further and further into the sky.
I hang on to him, and using my psychic blades, I just start stabbing into chinks in his armor.
Mm-hmm. Roll to attack.
Oh.
22.
22.
And a nat 20.
And a natural 20. Okay. Yeah, you start, and he starts to bleed, and he kind of like drops you, and he kind of turns, and he loses grip on his trident as you like twist his arm, and you start to fall.
I try to
still
grab him as fast as I can.
Make a strength save at disadvantage again.
Strength save.
That's a 6. You're not able. Your hand just glides off this now wet, slick armor, wet with his blood, and you start falling back towards this tree line. What do you do?
I don't think I can do anything. Best I can do is try to paw at my net, which I don't know if I have because it was from Willie's boat. Or no, it's from Ria's parents' place, so I probably do have it. And I will just try to snag tree branches with the net as I fall.
Yeah, so as you go and you throw this out wide, the sky totally black, as you just watch this tree line get closer, and you ineffectually, with a net in your hands, dropping 100 feet before you even hit the tree line, trying to snag yourself, you awaken in Mina's arms, coughing on foot water.
Vogue?
I look at my hands. Again, how many fingers?
We decided 10, right, Fawns? Yes, Satyrs, 10 yes.
I start coughing and spitting foam, coffee grounds, suck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I can't believe you guys did this.
Oh, Ria.
Bria, I thought the awakening would bring him back. I'm so sorry.
Well, did it?
I don't think so. No.
Of course it did. I was about to
didn't,
die in the
though.
dream, too.
She had to shove this thing, and I take the wet socks, down your fucking throat! And it did nothing!
I'm back. It worked.
Tell me what grand knowledge you've acquired. Was it everything you wanted?
I'll spit more. I'm kind of trying to sit back a little bit. I don't think that was particularly useful at all.
Right?
That Aarakocra were infesting the skies, and we had to go burn the grove. And you were the boss of the famine, and you could breathe fire. And Geberfin was the Mahanatan of plenty.
So it was as I said. A stupid dream. Just that.
And fucking Nyan wouldn't tell me anything. Just fought me like a...
Even if he did, it's a dream, Vogue. This guy who killed his wife a month ago, 2 months ago, I don't remember. They were dreaming about having a family together. It's just that, it's dreams. It's nowhere near reality. There is no use to using dream other than trying to kill yourself.
Don't fool yourself, child. From the other side is like slowly, Obsession makes her way over towards you. All this around us is a dream.
You too.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear that. I get up and I think I find like I want to be alone. I try to get away from the festivities.
Yeah.
It's alright. She usually gets this way after a particularly bad bender, Mina. It happens.
No, you
But you
have
brought me
lots
back,
of
though.
it.
oh, Vogue, she's right. I told myself I was going to protect you. I didn't. I just put you in danger.
If you're going to kill yourself, I would prefer you did not do it behind my lady's longhouse.
Oh, please, you were the one who told us all about your past lives and how influential they were. We weren't trying to kill ourselves, trying to figure this shit out.
And what did you figure out? Stupid.
Feels like fuck all. It asked me questions. When you did it, did it ask you questions at the beginning? Like, where's your heart lie, and what do you want to see?
It will take you a while to come back from this to your right mind. That is truly where you are. You should keep your stupid mouth closed. None of us need to listen to you.
I'll try to get up. Am I steady
Ina.
enough?
You're pretty shaky. Please take all that damage you took in the dream as like I almost fucking died from drugs damage. I think that's officially what it's called in the player's handbook.
So I was down to 14 before I hit the trees. What do you want me to drop to?
Yeah, that's where I want you to be.
Okay.
Mina, why did you come here?
Why did I want to vote to try Dream?
Why did you come here? Is it just to get your loins plowed by the young lord?
Mina blushes at that. I hoped that the Viscountess would sponsor me to university, but she said she could not.
University. This is what you want.
More than anything, yes.
I will tell you, child. What you do has no place in the university. But if that is what you want, I can perhaps find someone to sponsor you.
Thank you, but I'm not worthy. I failed. I could not see him through, and I don't deserve anything from you.
Worthy of what? Worthy of learning. If you were worthy, education, stupid girl. This Duke, they say he is higher to the gods because of his standing. I knew him when he was but a boy. I saved his life. He owes me a favor. If you want to go to the university, they will listen of the Eve's law, and he will live.
thank you, obsession, but I don't know now. I thought if I could go there, I could learn, and now I'm afraid that I'll just hurt someone. Again.
You will hurt someone, child. The reason you learn is so that you hurt less of them. I am tired. And she, like, slings this rock horn over her shoulder, spilling the rest of its contents on the ground as she, like, starts making her way back to her tent.
She's right. If it is what you want to do, we gotta pursue it. You don't act like you don't deserve it. Don't let guilt get in the way.
I almost died, Vogue, and I would have killed you. And
Takes more than a bit of dream to put me underground. Come here, and he'll wrap thick, hairy satyr arms around you and hug you.
I'm sorry, I tried. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I tried to change you or fix you. You're perfect the way you are, Vogue. I don't want you to change. I almost lost you. I'm so sorry.
And as you hold Mina as she cries, a voice comes into your head. And it says, I hope that wasn't. Please, if you ever wish to return.
If I wish to return, what?
The question hangs in the evening as we go to break.
No. All right.
All right, see you in 5 to 10.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes, everybody.
Ugh.
Stay right there. It's about to get even better.
Achievement unlocked. Survived dream.
See you in 5.
Only 2% of players have locked this
It's
achievement.
a rare one.
The achievement's just called Birthman.
Perfect.
Oh shit, we didn't get that one. Damn it, I'm gonna have to
Tables
reload
Edge
my
video
save.
games coming soon. Hello. All right. See you in 5, people.
I don't know if any of you realize how funny we are, but we were hitting some fire. We're like, we're not even live, guys. We got to get it out there. We got Geburfin goofs coming. We got all.
Love a good good.
Yeah, shout out to everyone that's been with us since day one. And shouting out Geburfin. #1 fan requested. #1 fan requested NPC show up right there. I think we're gonna go to the next day. Yeah, like y'all sleep it off. I think is fair enough. We can keep this going. Let's press play on some sounds and
I assume we found various lofts or something to crawl into because we are not about to be walking.
Yeah. No. There's spots. There's floor spots. There's above the floor spots. There's outside spots. When you don't have to worry about it raining over your head, you can just kind of sleep wherever.
Very comfortable temperature.
Very comfortable temperature all of the time. I don't know if anyone here, right, out of the 3 of you, I don't know that any of you have ever been cold. I just don't think that's an experience that any of you have had.
That's awesome.
Well, when the voice talked to me, I had like
Ooh.
Did I feel cold?
You did. That's
Oh!
true. Riawin is.
Your breath is showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Wow.
right. Riawin one time, for seemingly no reason, did feel cold. Hey, that was true.
Put that in your pipe.
You all wake up at various places around among the longhouse, and that's it. What do you do, everybody?
Riawin's gonna try to find someone who has a box to give her.
Other than love.
Other than love. Well, maybe love has it. Who knows?
See, if you said that and we weren't on live, like people would
You know? Damn. Alright, let's see how hungover we are. Ooh, we are very badly hungover. Oh, macros.
Yeah, now it's my
I
turn.
love the unasked for. I love
I'm
the
not
unasked
hungover
for.
at all.
He just forgets, you know? We gotta remember for him.
True.
You're
I'm gonna be
all
hungover
super
on the trauma.
hungover.
No, I rolled a
No.
23.
I didn't ask for it.
This doesn't
Everyone's extra hungover.
Aw.
These are non-canon rolls.
So
So,
in the morning, after sleeping it off, you're kind of like walking around with people. I mean, most people kind of like went back home, right? Like they live here. But some people stayed in or around this area. Some people just fell down and passed out. But new day, people getting back to work. This log that was burning continues to burn next day. Just simmering there outside. And as you're looking around, out of the longhouse walks Love, who is in like jammies, like full on like onesie with buttons in the back. That obviously somebody helped her get into the evening before after she went nighty-night. It has one of those hats with like the flesh flopping down with the like a pom-pom on the top. And she sees you and says, hello. Good morning.
good morning, darling. Did you sleep well?
I don't know. Pretty bright.
You look about as bad as I feel. No offense.
Fuck you. Alright. Before you leave, Maria, when I've got to give you my box.
Yes, please give me your box.
Again? Alright.
Come this way. And she brings you to like that, like throne looking chair, and she goes behind it, and from the back she pulls out this wooden box. Now this little, it's looks, a little bit tall, but almost like a cigar box, right? And it has this, padlock on it, holding it closed. And she gives you instructions on where it's going that are written down, but she tells you, she says, it's
Thank God.
in the palace. You walk to the center of the palace,
Yes.
and then you take a left at the statue of the little girl, and it is the third room on the right.
Third room on the right. Do you have a name for me, love?
No. This is what I was given to give to you.
I think I kind of like give her a bow, kiss her hand gently, and then I tell her, I hope you get some well-deserved rest.
Yeah. It was very nice to see you again. I'm
Perhaps.
gonna go find something greasy to eat.
Yes, I was gonna say. I'll see you another time, love. And I leave.
Morven! Oh, make me food, Morven. Alright, yeah, you all step out into the daylight.
Did they tell you a time limit on this? Like, by when do we need to deliver it?
You know nothing about that.
What's this box?
She ignores you and she starts walking home. Actually, no, she starts walking to the city center.
Wait, what? Wrong way. We live this way.
She ignores you.
Fuck. Mina. I know. Why is she going that way? Mina?
She's mad at us, folk.
That's not why she's walking that way. That's why she's behaving now.
I mean, we could follow her if we wanted to, right?
We would probably better if we get our ass kicked even worse.
Like hide or something? Should we like do it sneakily so she doesn't know we're following her?
We could, but it becomes kind of an open field. I mean, let's try.
Okay. Let's just follow behind her then, I guess.
You know, I was hoping for like a spa day. I got all this cash from my cooking recently, and I think we kind of deserve it, don't you?
I feel really bad about what happened, and I don't know if Rhea will ever forgive me, but I want you to know it's not your fault. I shouldn't have even suggested it to you when you were drunk.
Mina, when you operate in circles like mine, you kind of start to get used to folks taking a bit too much one night, and maybe or maybe not waking up. So, it's all water under the bridge, and he'll slap your shoulder quite hard.
Oh,
You were there for me when I needed you, and I'm back. At least I think I am.
I'm so glad you are, but I almost took you away from her. And I don't deserve to be forgiven for that.
Takes two to tango. And this guilt is not a good look. Come on, let's go. And he'll claw up a bit faster.
Okay.
You all walk eastward through the Eve's Law. It's rocky, fairly hilly. Are you planning on stopping anywhere as you go? Or are you just going to kind of walk straight through to the central city? I'm going to say, for instance, you know that the way you're going, you will be passing by Alborg, where Duke Olin lives. Although you didn't have the best, moment last time you were in that particular little town.
Right, Alborg's where the Thane was quite prejudiced. But it's also where certain somebody studies.
I know Rhea will want to stop to grab something to eat, but even it'd be on the go or something, like a sandwich, and then she's out again.
I could maybe stop to talk to the Duke, but
What did Obsession say how the favor is to be called in? Are you supposed to deliver this news, or?
I would rather go to the Duke in person and ask him, because if it was presented as some kind of demand from Obsession, then I think that would be an insult to him. So
That's quite wise. Rhea, would you be so kind as to pause in your secret mission here while we attend to some other business, and perhaps afterwards find a bathhouse?
I think I stop walking. I turn around. No. And I turn back around and I keep walking.
Up to you, Mina. Maybe on the way back? You know what? No. She's being selfish. This is important. We should do it.
I can get there and meet you back, Folk, on the way if that would work for you.
What? You want to split up? Leave me with her alone? Couldn't we?
I'll just stop walking and I'll sit down. And I will begin a ritual.
Mina's busted a wheel. If anyone cares, we're pausing here for a minute.
I would be more than happy to get rid of the two of you. You can stay with her, and I keep walking.
All right.
I'll take 10 minutes, man, if I can to cast a ritual.
Yeah, nothing's stopping you. That's for sure. None of the sheep that are baaing their way in the distance are gonna accost you.
As I'm sitting, I'm thinking about everything that happened last night, about this feeling of despair and darkness and death that pervaded last night. And I think out of this sense of guilt and sadness that I've been experiencing, it starts to pour forth a visible shadow from me. And it takes form as this entity, as this phantasm. It starts to appear before me, and I'll cast Find Greater Steed as in this final moments of the ritual. Mina finishes her chant, and this quasi-real horse with a coat just dark, just black as night, appears before me, big, like a almost too large for me to ride.
Wow.
This is the spirit of night, folk.
Beard of Night? That's its name? Pretty badass name.
Midnight.
Yeah.
And
Can I pet it?
yes, and it will carry us where we need to go.
I'll walk up to Midnight and try to pat the neck of the beast.
Yeah, I think it accepts your pat.
What does
Pretty
it feel like?
horse-like.
Oh, it feels like corporeal, proper?
Yeah,
Like furry too?
yeah, it's pretty natural
Wow.
looking, feeling.
This feels so real though.
I'll walk up to it, just press my forehead to it, and say in whispers, if you would stay with me for a while. I'll mold earth underneath myself to like boost me, like a booster seat, and I'll attempt to mount the horse.
Yeah, and I think it goes better than if you tried to mount a non-magical horse, because I don't know that you're the best rider. I don't know that you've had very many chances to ride something other than a cow. Yeah, but it takes you, and almost like as you're trying to find your balance, it almost moves to help you and keep you on.
I'll meet you in Alborg.
Wow. Well, that's quite an exit. I'll catch you later.
I love you, folk. I'm so sorry again.
That's all right. You can't dwell on it.
I will. I'll spur the horse onward as I go. It can travel 13 miles an hour at a fast pace.
Okay.
For the next 2 hours, we will be psychically connected. If we're
all right.
within a mile. Once we're outside of a mile, then it will drop.
Yeah, how does this walk look then for Mina and for...
Well, Mina galloped off, right? So Vogue
Yeah.
then tries to catch up with Rhea.
Yeah, I'm doing that first. It's kind of what I'm doing. Like before we go. With,
Oh, gotcha.
I want to have an idea of like what does this look like as you guys are making your way, across the Eve's Law towards the central city.
Vogue is like a few steps behind, not quite abreast of Rhea. Just
Rhea is a few steps ahead, never looking back.
and you just hear heavy fat satyr breathing and occasional burping and like grumbling about the hangover and stuff. Oh, it's
I'll drop a
walking this
sigh.
far.
I'll drop a sigh when I think you talk too much.
All right, I'm gonna go with it. It goes like that for a long.
Yeah.
If that's what you got, I'm not fighting you on.
Cold shoulder.
Mina finds her way north of the path where you were, and not terribly far off, towards this town. This town in its own right of Alberg, middle of Parsa. Rather busy, busier than the run is, but less busy than it was. Tourist destination spot. People walk through the streets, and you do get looks, Nina, mostly for having a steed, right? Like most people in this city, this single city.
And as I'm approaching that, the only thing I do want to do is before I enter like the city proper, I pull out the hat that Rhea's mom gave me, and I tuck my ears inside of it, and then pull it down tight to kind of wedge them underneath there.
That is fine. I don't know that any hat you got for Rhea when mom is going to hide you. So now you're...
Well, it's to hide that I'm in. It's hide my elvish. It's like a witch's hat to hide my elvish.
Yes, 100%. You are now a little girl, a little humanish looking girl with this big witch's hat on a big dark steed, making your way through the city. The center
looking at all.
It's important to look impressive too. I'll try to make my way toward the Duke's estate if I can.
Sure.
I don't know if we went to, but I know I ran into Arledge that was close to where he was trained. I thought the last time we were in Alborg.
Yeah, you didn't. So you ran into him, and he said he was studying at the local temple.
Okay, I thought he was studying at his estate. I guess I'm not.
That is kind of what you had heard, but that's not what you saw when you saw him, right? He was studying with the priests at the local little temple, almost like just a little chapel that was there. But your understanding from his mom was that he's staying at the Longhouse. So
I would go to try to find Arledge, I think, first then before I tried to find the Duke's estate.
Okay, yeah. So you go to this. I mean, kind of tall. It's this big spire, right? This stone building with this spire, almost like a Catholic chapel would be, except the spire is painted a bright red with reflective glass, so that looking directly at it is a little, because anywhere you go with these almost broken pieces of glass that just shine light at you no matter where you are, like something is catching your eye. And yeah, you go in, and there are some people there praying, right? There are some people in on the ground with these it's not really like statues or anything. There's tapestries. There's two tapestries, one on either side, with different scenes depicting different things, defending the walls of heaven, other things from kind of religious lore. Make a perception or investigation to see if you can find Arledge here.
Okay, I will make.
18. You see Arledge sitting down at one of these with his hands together and his head bowed, just in the dirt. It's just a dirt floor in here, and he's just in the dirt wearing these like robes, and these red robes, and his hood is pulled back, which is why you can tell that he's here, that it's him.
I think Mina will not want to interrupt his prayer. I think she'll like kind of wait for him to be done, like for him to conclude it before I say anything to him.
You actually see him, so he stays there and prays for a little while. And then he kind of stands up and stares for a while, as if studying the scene for him. You can make a religion check if you want to see what it is.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. 14?
With a 14, yeah, you recognize it. Although I don't know that you have so much information about it, but it is the birth of dragons. So you see a painting of the god Shakti, right? And it's maybe not what you would normally expect of a religious painting, especially from about people as Shakti worshippers. But it is Shakti nude with his dick in his hands. And out of the end of his dick shoots dragons.
Wasn't there a poem about this in our other campaign?
There was definitely something about seed being spilled.
I think the poem was about this. Yeah.
Mina again, like, is like kind of blushing at this, and she'll whisper, "Arledge."
Oh, Miss. Oh, and he kind of like shuffles out, and other people kind of like look at him. But he steps outside and kind of grabs your hand and pulls you out into the street. Miss Mina, it's so good to see you.
I'll like hold his hand in my hand. I'll put my other hand onto his hand. And I'll just whisper into his ear, "Just Mina."
Yes, of course, Mina. What a surprise! I hope you had a safe, secure night of Silent Dark.
Arledge, I almost killed folk.
Oh, is he all right? Does he need help? Should we go and find him?
He's okay, but I lied to Rhea, and I've shamed myself. I couldn't bear to present myself to you here pretending that didn't happen, and I'm...
Mina, please, look at you. Have you eaten yet this morning? Should we go? Should we go sit somewhere and speak? I was doing my morning meditations, but I can step away. Is this your horse?
Yeah, I guess so. Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. A little strange looking. I like your hat.
Thank you. Rhea's mom made it for me. She's a fashion designer.
Oh, wonderful profession, of course.
Do you know somewhere where you could eat? Somewhere good that we could eat?
Yes. I'm sure we can get something. Let us take a walk. Yes. And he will try to like hold your hand as he walks through the streets with you.
I think Mina will hold his hand, and as she's parting, she whispers to Midnight, "Get them if you can." And then I will send him to help them get here if they can faster.
Are they going towards you?
I will communicate psychically with Vogue and tell him that. Well, I'll say, I'm in Alberg. Me and Arledge are gonna go get food if you wanna meet up with us.
And since we're more than a mile away, I don't think it works.
You have to be within a mile for the psychic.
Yeah.
The horsey goes to find you.
Yeah.
And I'll go with Arledge, yeah.
Yeah. And he takes you down to this small little place. You think you're walking into someone's home, but as you do, there are tables set up, and like a little kitchen. He's like, you could get a pretty good omelet here. They usually have like fresh vegetables that they'll do. Some mushrooms, mushroom and cheese omelet.
Sounds great. I wanted to give you this, and I'll reach into my pack and I'll pull out just a little like shard of white quartz. I thought of you, and I'll hand it to him.
That is so thoughtful. I didn't know you were coming. I didn't have a gift prepared.
No, you already got me a gift. And I'll take out the rock that he gave me, and I wanted to repay you.
Thank you. And he pulls a chair out for you to sit.
I'll also,
Did you want some fresh greens? I'll let you order for yourself. I don't.
How's your training? Oh, I talked to your mom, and she sends her love.
Oh, my mother. That is so kind of you. Yes, it was a little bit difficult being away from her last night.
You should hear her, Arlen. She's so proud of you that you're here studying with the Duke.
Well, I do have to say, I'm doing quite well. What'll it be? And there's this half orc with a woman with this like dirty shirt and her belly like sticking out of the bottom of it, just standing before you, kind of hunched over.
I'll have the arugula and walnut salad, please.
We have arugula. We don't have any walnuts.
Okay, can I get that with apple slices? I guess that would be nice.
Keep wanting things from trees. Our food pretty much grows in the ground. No orchards around.
Okay, I'll get whatever. Arlet, you can order whatever. I'll get whatever you have.
Right. He gives an order.
So I was hoping, Arlet, while I'm here to talk to the Duke. Obsession said that he might be able to recommend me to go to the university.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay.
If that wouldn't, I don't want to interfere with anything you have.
Oh no, not at all. No, my position is quite good. I am, one of his future things. Like I said, I'm doing quite well here. And if Obsession says that the Duke could do that for you, she would know better than me.
Tell me more. You said it's going well. You said you're learning. You're learning a lot.
I am. I'm doing quite well in my religious studies. I'm learning a lot about Shakti, including his relationship with Junu, and his defense of the bulwarks of heaven, of course. I'm learning to control my magic a little better.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, some of that training is harder than the studying, but it seems to be going well.
I knew you would do well. I knew you would be so great here. And are you making friends?
Well, you've met Obsession. The way she is, that's kind of how most of the high priests and priestesses of Shakti are. They're pretty intense. And some of the other kids, I'm actually a little bit better. I don't want to brag. I don't say it, but it makes it a little difficult. None of them are nobility and not terribly skilled with magic. A couple of them are quite good researchers, though. But it's a little different knowing you're going to grow up to be a scribe than to be Viscount. I imagine it's difficult for them studying with me.
No, Arlette, you're so kind, and you would never make anyone feel. You would never make anyone feel less than.
No, I don't. I try not to. I really, but the Count, a few times I've had dinner with his family at his wife's invitation. I think I present myself quite well there too. I up straight and I always try to think of something witty to say. I almost heard the Duke chortle one time. He was very close.
I'm so glad to hear
Bacon and eggs. As 2 plates are of definitely not what is put down in front of you. Oh, thank you so much. So very kind of you. And she's already turning around and walking away. It is well made.
love bacon and eggs. It's my favorite breakfast, actually.
Oh, good. And you notice, make an insight check.
People, I'm gonna do this fast. Let's go. Boom. Insight. Natural
Oh,
one.
Lord,
Anyone.
have
There we go.
mercy.
As you sit there and have your breakfast, eventually, a black horsey comes and finds Vogue and Riowin on the road and just looks at you.
I ignore it and I keep walking.
Even the horse? What did the horse ever do to you?
The horse, Riowin, walks in front of you and then nudges you.
I know it's from Mina's, right?
Yeah, you
No,
definitely
it's
saw her.
weird.
I definitely think you saw her conjure the horse. Or
I think I awkwardly pat its nose and I'm like, I do not accept gifts from people I cannot trust. And I try to go around it.
chews on your hair a little bit.
Alright, well, if you're
Oh,
not
that's so
gonna make
cute.
me-
Oh, it'll be
if
nice.
you're gonna look the gift horse in the teeth, I'm just gonna mount up and I'll approach and get up onto its back using a mirthful leap if I have to.
Oh!
That's kind of a mirthless leap today.
Yeah, you Super Mario onto his back.
Ha
And
How's
Rhea,
the
you're gonna
weather
keep
down
walking?
there?
Yes, I keep walking.
I can see much further than you from up here.
The horse seems anxious, but
Midnight-
if you spur it on, it will go back.
Well, I'm just walking on the horse next to Rhea. At a very slow pace. But I'm not walking, I'm sitting.
Clip,
Great.
plop, clip, plop.
And I'm just trying to think of all the horse related puns and jokes I can. You think this is the main path towards Alberg? Man, what did you do to have me on your tail?
The horse takes off at a gallop
Oh
wait.
shit!
with Vogue on its back.
Wait! What do I? There's no reins!
Yeah, Mina, you finish your breakfast. And you step outside with Arledge after he pays. And he says, I'd be happy to walk you towards Longhouse. See if the Duke is available. Meet with you. And you hear clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, as Vogue is brought to a rather abrupt halt before you by this.
And just slides off the horse like a sack of fucking potatoes. Oh my ass! Oh my, why did it run so fast?
I'm glad you came, but Rhea didn't want to.
Ugh, she was all, I don't want gifts from people, whatever.
Mr. Vogwai, good to see you again. I heard you had some difficulty last evening. I'm glad to see that you are well.
I don't know
We're
what
not
you mean.
torn apart by the darkness.
What are you talking about?
That you look quite well.
Oh, well, thanks. And so do you. The robe looks good on you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I've graduated up to red robes, and I think pretty soon I will be able to walk around in resplendent armor. Pretty excited about that.
Resplendent, eh?
Yes, it is for the god of all gods, Shakti, who defends the bulwark of heaven, and the guy that was walking by, he's one of the tutors. It's very... I have to really put it on when he's... but yes, no, it's pretty good. It's shiny.
Well, if it's even a quarter as shiny as the temple, then it'll be shiny for sure.
Oh, it definitely is. Look, my hands are all calloused from shining the armor. They make us do that.
Makes sense. Well, I'm just gonna wait around for Rhea, because you two look busy, so...
Do you want to come to the longhouse with us?
We were going to go and see if Duke Olin is free.
I feel like you look more studious if I'm not with you. Would that be fair?
Go bacon and eggs down at that place if you want breakfast.
Now that sounds good. See ya. And I'll reestablish the connection.
Yeah, I'll go with Arlo to the longhouse then if I can.
Okay. He takes you into this longhouse. That seems quite a bit busier. There also seems to be like rooms here, like partitioned off. Most of them with just like almost like a wicker kind of like woven panels that make up this wall. Not offering terribly much privacy if you are trying for that. But he walks over to a woman who you recognize as that woman that you saw before, who didn't seem to get along with our companions terribly much. And Arlen says, Miss Ray, hello. And she turns and kind of looks him over. Doesn't say anything. He says, I have a friend here who this is Mina. She was hoping to speak with Duke Olin. She has a message from High Priestess Obsession from my mother's home. She was hoping to discuss if he is free, of course. And Ray kind of like looks at you, says, "Is this something you need to discuss with the Duke, or could you tell me? Perhaps I could help you with it, and we could save him a little bit of time. Rather busy man."
Oh yes, of course. I merely wish to speak with him, to request I wish to go to the university, and I was hoping to ask the Duke to sponsor me.
And this, you say, is a request coming from Obsession, the High Priestess.
Yes, I've studied. I'm her student, yes.
Nope, not something I can help you with. It's above me a little bit, where the church is involved. Come here. And she takes you to kind of the very center of the longhouse, which seems to have a room going like off its back, as far as you can tell from inside. But this has like thick wooden walls, like a wall where you would imagine a longhouse should end, but then obviously there's a door, so there must be something beyond. There's a bench right outside. It says, "You two should sit here. The Duke is currently in a meeting. When he is done, You'll be queued up as it.
Thank you.
We'll sit then. And yeah, you Arledge kind of like jumps and like runs over down on the bench.
I hope I'm not ruining things here for you by asking this.
Oh no, not at all. This is a morning for. This is my time for morning meditation. Usually, although I must say the story I am to meditate on is not the easiest one to spend all day pondering. I suppose.
What story?
It is the birth of dragons story. No, each day we are to ruminate on a different one of the great stories. I'm not quite sure the message I'm supposed to get from this one, so which probably means I need to study it more. But it is fine.
Would you tell me? I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, I could tell you. Well, you know how Shakti is the father of many gods, of gods of dwarves and gods of the elves and many of the good gods, gnomes and such. Well, he's kind of like fiddling with his hands while he's and Janoon is the mother of many of these gods. The Shakti lay with Janoon, and in their passion is born the wellspring of gods. The story goes that one time Janoon was and you know Shakti's his passions arose and without Janoon as the receptacle to receive the passions, they shot out through the world with such force that they broke through the elemental planes, eventually landing here, and where his seed shot through the fire plane, the plane of fire. Red dragons were born. Or they shot through the icy plains. White dragons were born, and brass all of the dragons pretty much. And they landed here, and that is this explanation, the dragon shot is what started the ancient war between the giants and the dragons. They landed here. They were the sons of Shakti. So Aman, the child of Gusa, god of dragons. You know, they didn't like each other, so they.
Maybe I guess I don't know what to take from that story, but it's very nice.
It's like a history lesson, a little bit, like war between the giants and the dragons predated the current races of the world. So that it happened, and I guess it's good to know, where the dragons came from and stuff. It disrupted. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Maybe the message is that nothing good can come from passion unfulfilled.
Well, I don't think so. Remember, this world was ruled by giants. This was the plaything for Aman the All-Father, as the giants call him. They're ordering the order of the giants were in control of this whole land, and the land where we live would not exist had the dragons not warred with them. I don't know that the story is simply to tell us that. But it's complicated. From this came both metallic dragons joined together, pursuit of goodness, mostly, and the chromatic dragon banded together themselves. And eventually, they fought each other. Well, I know less about that. The study is mostly about the god stuff, and then, after they get here...
But they sought the body of Janoon.
Oh, I don't think so. I guess he'd been laying with Janoon, another god would have been a bunch of dragons, so that could have been good.
The dragons landed here and fertilized her body.
The dragons landed here, the middling world. This world, then, I guess, it's like the consort Shakti. It's like we are all his children.
Thank you, Arledge. I will think on this story you told me.
Yeah, like I said, it's not my favorite one. The door creaks opened next to you, and out walks an Abishai. Big dragon-like wings, taking steps. And this Abishai you recognize. You've seen enough that you recognize him. This green Abishai is Vespasian. The one that you saw before at the feast. Guest of Radala, along with and as he steps out, he looks towards you and Arledge sitting there. Please roll a insight check for me.
God, man. I don't think Mina's ever rolled truly above a 10 on an insight check.
Here it comes.
No,
That's a 6. That's not above a 10. Actually, you have a lot of rolls there. Okay. Yeah, he kind of looks at you. And I think just in the creepy Abishai way, as he does. And he turns back and says, Olin, it seems you have some visitors waiting. Little lordling and his friend. Name. I can't do all these names, guys. I got Vespasian.
Dugolin?
Nope.
Oh.
Arledge. Thank you. By the friends. Arledge kind of stands up very quick. And he says, Master Vespasian, it is so good to see you again. Always good time. Yes, of course. Olin, do come visit me sometime. I feel that I'm always making back to you. And he starts to walk away. As Duke Olin, this big, bushy man who doesn't look quite as happy, smiling, and pleasant as he did in the feast, has his brow a bit furrowed, kind of stands out, and watches Vespasian go, and then turns to you and says, Olin, you need something. Oh, Duke, this is my friend, Mina. I simply wanted to introduce you. She has been sent with a message from our High Priestess, Obsession. She is here to speak with you if you have but a moment of your time. Is that right, Elizabeth?
I think I will bow low, or my head, and I'll say, "Yes, Your Grace. I would speak with you if you have a moment."
Well, come on in. Please, have a seat. Arledge, you can go. Yes, of course, Duke. Mina, always wonderful to see you. And he just turns and starts to like walk, but like a bit too quickly to seem cash. And he tries not to like follow in Vespasian's path, but Vespasian's not walking very quickly, so he kind of politely is like waiting for him to go, but doesn't behind him as they're walking. And Olin gestures into this room.
I'll follow in, or I'll step in.
He closes the door behind you. You notice this is Olin's like private residence. Like his bed is there, but there's also almost like a sitting room before it. He has a desk and a couple chairs set out, and he gestures to one of these chairs that is like tall and fancy looking, and probably more plush and comfortable than any chair you've probably ever sat on in your life. It's like this big high-backed thing as he gestures over to it. And then he goes and sits at the one like facing it.
I'll take a seat there, and kind of have my hands folded in my lap.
Yeah, you definitely feel like it's like eating, it's like swallowing you a little bit. Like you definitely. So, what message is this from Session that I can help you with?
My lord, Obsession has requested, or has petitioned, that you might see fit to extend a sponsorship to me to attend university. I think I immediately bow my head even lower.
You are not one of our people.
I think at this I'll remove my hat. No, I'm not.
Yeah, it was even before the hat. I mean, I think without it you look human, but more like Parson human, so like darker skinned. Yeah, the Eve's Law, the Evesmen, are really the only like light skinned people that are around. Other people are different shades of different, much darker shades, generally. But this, definitely puts you above the realm of not quite the same. Why exactly would... what is your name, first, please?
I'm sorry, I'm Mina. Minario.
Mina, where do you hail from? What is Obsession's interest in?
From Brendan Run. I was raised on a farm there. I've helped Obsession in certain matters that she's requested, I told her that I wanted to attend the university, my lord, and in return, she has decided to try to help me.
Can you read, girl?
Yes, I can read and write and do some mathematics.
An educated farmer, then. Your family, they have a farm of their own?
I never knew my father. My mother, we had our own farm. My
dear, I'm sorry, I did not mean... we can guess at who your father...
My lord, if you would accept this, I would be most grateful. I just want to learn.
You talk very quietly. It is difficult for me to hear what you're saying.
Sorry,
Here,
I'll speak.
I will ask you to write your name down to make sure I have it correctly, and if you could put please where to find you in your home. I assume you are still staying in the farmland, not with Ridala and her people.
Yes. I'll write my name and like where to find Frank's like farmstead or whatever on the run. Yeah.
I will need to check this over with the High Priestess. Sure, this is something she wants, but if it is in fact, then it is something that could be done. What did you expect to study at the university?
I wish to study the life, the sciences of the natural world, of things that grow and live.
You wish to study at the Dagwidington School?
Yes, I do.
It is important to make sense as a farming family that they would send their daughter to this. You must have shown yourself to be worthy if obsession cares for you and your future. She does have strange ways.
I hope so, and I hope that I could help to serve your interests as well, if you wished.
Oh, you will certainly do that, if I am to sponsor you at the university. It is quite an expensive endeavor.
I could be your eyes
Spy.
and ears there.
You will be my spy at the university.
I'm quite skilled at discovering things. For instance, I know that the Vespasian took the body that night.
You won't be spying on that. I hope you're also equally good at forgetting things.
Very.
I am interested in one thing. This is what you will discover. I want to know if the ruse has infiltrated the university. And to what extent. May be difficult in your particular school, but who knows? They may care about how things grow too.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, the ruse? I don't know what you're referring to.
Then you must not be too good at discovering things. Vogwai. You stand with a horse in the streets, outside of this longhouse, and you watch the large green Abishai walk out of the longhouse. Large clawed feet making indents in the dirt. You see Arledge trying to leave behind him, and he kind of stands there with his wings out a bit, blocking the door. And you roll an insight check for me.
Let's see if this is how it's done. There you go. See,
Ooh.
Mina.
You see a smirk. It's hard to see on this reptilian face, but he definitely is smirking and definitely knows he is holding up around and stands there and makes a show of looking around for a bit before he steps forward, and Arledge kind of scoops scoots out and doesn't even go your way, like goes down a side out and away. What do you do?
I can't remember, did I ever actually meet this guy before?
You saw him. He was there that first time you were at a party Radala.
Yeah, but I just can't remember if we actually talked or not. Because was he the one that talked to me about being a polypore? Or was that a different Abishai?
I think was that an Abishai or was that the Mahanaim?
It was an Abishai.
Then it was him. Yeah, then
Okay.
then it was.
Only other Abishai we met, I think, was Carcala, but I don't know if we ever spoke to him.
Caracalla, yeah. I can't remember which of the two it was that talked to me about being a polypore.
Vespasian was the one that was there
Okay.
that day. Yeah.
So yeah, we've met and we've talked.
Yeah.
Master Vespasian!
I recognize you.
Right, I'm the polypore from that one party.
Yes. How do you fare?
As good as any, I'd say. And yourself?
Much better than most.
Important business with the Duke?
Not particularly. You see, I'm a bureaucrat. Nothing I do is terribly.
Oh, but still, you made the journey all the way here.
This is true. I did find my way here today. Sometimes it helps to visit old friends to get a good meal.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I won't keep you. Always a pleasure.
Have you seen your parents recently?
You know, I believe you asked me that last time as well. Is there a message I could share with them for you?
It just helps me to stay in contact. See, their work and mine often.
If there's something I could do for you as a polypore, I'm all ears.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright.
Let's go. You got this. You got this, buddy.
Fuck!
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
That one for 3.
Okay. Sorry, Mr. Polypore, it's my understanding that you haven't seen your parents in time. You see, after our last meeting, I did inquire about you.
Glad to know I'm so interesting to you that you'd spend your time inquiring.
Not terribly, I must. I thought there might be more there. But it is a normal thing to be disappointed.
Good day to you. And I'll just head out.
You start turning, and he, as if you hadn't even turned around, he says, It is a beautiful day. And he, like, takes this big, deep breath in through his nose.
Menacing?
Strange how often your travels bring you here to the East Law.
There's a good party, I'm usually there. Nothing more to it.
Is there one around I haven't heard?
Well, you missed last night. Silent Dark. Radala's Longhouse.
It's a vibe, man.
Legendary party, man.
I must say, the Night of Silent Dark is one we do quite well.
Maybe next year I'll head that way. Thanks for the tip.
It wasn't quite an invitation.
Oh. Well, I'll work my way up to one. I got a whole year.
White.
Anyways.
Will that be all then, sir?
One quick. Let me check.
God, this guy's fucking creepy, man.
Yeah.
Really? The Dragon Devil?
Do they wear clothes? I can't remember.
Yeah, he's got like a loincloth thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Let me just see really. Can you please make for me wisdom saving throw?
Oh God.
What's he doing to me?
That would be super duper.
Oh my god!
Another
Natural one. Everyone that's watching, that might not be. Maybe you're listening and you guys roll. That is a natural one.
2 in a row.
Snake eyes.
What do you know? Fading.
Sorry, what was that, man?
What do you know? Invading creatures. You have to.
Sorry, it's kind of. I have to
You
answer truthfully.
Yeah, you're currently charmed by him.
Ooh, then I have magic resistance as a satyr. I have advantage on
Oh.
saving throws against spells with a fucking 9.
That-
So
That would have made it 9. So you're, yeah, you are. That is
Damn.
true. Yes. Sorry, that's a natural 7 plus 2, listeners. With the advantage, that's a natural 7 plus 2.
all right. Invading peoples? You mean the Oromo?
Yes, them. What do you know of them?
There was that one that attacked Rhea in the Eve's Law, and then you all covered it up for some reason. Hid the body and all.
Yeah.
And then there's the other ones that were infecting the goblin, who's now missing, the Auntie Spleen, who's now called Auntie Oromo.
Infected? What do you mean?
Not infected, I mean, like, you know, they got all up in her psyche somehow, and so she started saying Oromo, and acting all funny. Couldn't, you know, she's in like a dark room and not acting very goblin-like.
And where was this?
On the pier, in the run.
The Run.
The Grunion Run used to be the Gold Run. Surely you heard of us.
I had heard of the Gold. Many a Mahanatan. For their pleasure.
Well, some of the casinos are closing to abandoned now, but there's still pleasure to be had.
And what is your connection? These creatures.
I beg your pardon, connection?
Yes. What is your connection? How do you know so much about them?
Well, I just
I
told
wish
you the
to
ones
understand.
these are the ones I run into. I notice things.
How do you know what they are called?
Well, because of the Auntie Oromo. That's what she kept saying.
Goblin Auntie.
Right, the missing one.
Interesting. Just for fun. You notice people are giving you a wide berth. Like this big green devil dragon looking guy, like interrogating you in the middle of the street is like people are just giving a wide berth. Actually, you do notice though. What is her name? The Thane that you had seen
right.
last time you were here, right? Is looking at you rather intently because you're pretty much right in front of the longhouse still. She's giving you plenty of distance, but watching. What is it?
What am I still doing here?
All
right.
What do you know of the
Of the who?
the 3?
The 3? Nothing.
What do you know of the 12?
There's no way we're still fucking with
Hello?
those.
I think Vogue knows anything with the 12, right?
No.
The Mahanatan. the 12 that rule.
Oh, well, the other day last night we were talking to Obsession, and she told us a little bit about them. Like the names, there's one of Plenty and one of Stars, and there's the one that's out for outside friendships. The Sky, did I say that one?
You don't need to name them.
Well, that's what I know. That's what you asked.
If you got to choose, how would you want to die?
Oh my god.
At the age of 85, with a belly full of wine and a whore's mouth around my, I'd rather not say.
Good day,
How about you?
Hollywood.
Oh my god.
And he turns and starts to very slowly trudge.
And I assume I remain charmed for an amount of time?
An hour.
Oh,
For an
good.
hour.
What a nice guy. Should talk to him more often.
Look at that reservation.
And Riowin, what are you thinking as you walk alone down the road?
I think Rhea feels betrayed. I think she's grown up with very little people surrounding her, and that always included her parents and Vic. And that's it. And recently Mina was added to that close, tight-knit group. And yeah, she feels betrayed because she feels like in her line of work specifically, words don't mean much, but she allowed herself to take their words to heart, with meaning, with impact. And she was lied to. And she's kind of processing what that means. Can she not trust the people she wanted to trust so badly? And what does that mean for their futures as like friends? And I think she's just like ruminating on that.
As you're walking, a bit of a ways beyond Albor, a while since you've seen even a road that turns off into sort of civilization, you see in front of this big hill, you know, there's kind of like big rolling rocky hills, there's like a fence, like a partial fence, like something that maybe was it seems strange, like maybe at some point it was holding in animals, but the rest of the fence is gone. There's just one old looking piece of the fence left, and on it sits a halfling woman eating an apple. Oh, morning, miss.
Good morning. Like, am I lost, Matt? Is that what's happening?
You're on the road. I mean, you know, you've never walked from here to the central,
Yeah.
but you know you're going generally the correct way.
How far until the center of the city?
You don't know.
No, I'm asking her.
Oh, you go in a central city.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some hours walk left. I gotta tell you, at least 6 hours walk before you hit the outskirts of it.
We're pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Do you live around here?
Oh yes. Me and my kin live pretty close by. Been walking a while, have you?
Yeah. I forgot to stop for breakfast. Do you know of a place that's not too far?
Oh, you needed a little pick-me-up before you keep hoofing it all the way to Central City.
Well, if it's gonna be 6 hours, yes.
Sure. Yeah. I've just a thing for you if you want.
Yeah.
Sure. And she hops down, takes the last couple of bites, and throws the apple core. All right. Come with me. Follow me this way.
I think I like look around, see if do I see anyone else.
Make a perception check.
Might get kidnapped. I'm emotionally vulnerable right now, guys.
We're all getting kidnapped tonight.
Yeah, seriously, this is nuts.
14. You look around. You don't see anyone else. Anyone else around? No.
Okay, I follow her.
You walk over. And you see by the side, like up against the side of the hill, is like other like pieces of wood there. Like, you know, like they've been thrown there randomly on the side of the hill. Although again, not enough to make a whole fence. You don't see any more wood around. It seems strange until she goes up to this pile of wood and boom, 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 knocks on it. And this like round, like a bunch of the wood seems to have been put in over a door, so it like obscures it. And this round door opens up in the side of the hill. And there's this big smiley, big smile, not a big guy, because it's another halfling. She says, "Oh, I've got someone that's looking for a little pick-me-up. Come on in, lass."
Should I be worried about keeping all 4 of my limbs right now?
Oh, not as far as I'm concerned.
Alright.
No, we caught some rabbit this morning. I don't know that we need to go with it.
Great. What do you guys do around here?
Oh, hospitality. Do you follow her in?
Yeah. Lots of travelers come through here?
It's dark in here as the door closes behind you. It takes a minute for your
I have dark vision.
eyes to adjust. There is some light here, but it's low. It's a lot different than being out in the
Yeah, okay.
cloudless sky, so you blink a little bit. Yeah, it's like going from outdoor into a fairly dark room. And as it adjusts, you notice there are people here, mostly halflings. There are a couple Eastmen here, though. You see one person who is dark-skinned Parson, no shoes on their feet, and rather shabby clothes. That shows them to be one of the walkers of Len,
I love
who walk about shoeless. And all of them are sitting on the floor on these small cushions with these small tables next to them, and all of them have a cup in their hand. And she said, "Do you fancy a cup of joe this morning?"
You know what that might
And
tell
that
me
is-
what I need.
That is where we'll pick it up next.
Oh!
Cup of Joe, how did they get to that expression? How did we get to that expression, actually?
Good question. Joe must have been.
There's a guy named Joe. He makes a good one.
Wow.
No, it's Fausta brand for me. Come on.
A cup of Foster.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Look at that. We got a resub during the stream.
Ooh.
Thank you. We had some viewership.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. If you are interested, feel free to join our Discord. I don't know if we have that have our Discord posted in places.
It is in our
People
Twitch
can
about
join.
section.
Sure. There you
Join our
go. It's in
server.
our About section. Where we can chat about this episode and I thrive in this wonderful, very straightforward campaign where we all know what's going to happen and we go through dungeons and fight dragons.
Oh, it's
What we
so...
do.
Love it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We will be back in 2 weeks, I think. Yes?
2 weeks. That's right. 21st
On
of
the
April.
21st of
Remember to use safe eyewear to view the
April. See you then. Anytime you well. Yes. Yes.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.